say that's Baptist. I grew up that way. You guys, this is the moment that many of you have, or everybody hopefully have been waiting on. We're so excited to present our guest speaker for today. Speakers, plural, amen. And so we're really excited to have none other than I say this about y'all, not in your presence. The world famous.
Oh no.
Goodbye. You gotta give honor where honor is due. Okay? The world famous Mr. and Mrs. Now I call y'all Mr. and Mrs. Food Trap. But
That's fine.
Black people work.
Okay.
Brown boy, whatever.
And Brianna.
That works too. Oh wow. Well, thank you, First Lady. I'm just waiting on that church. No, it's just a matter of time. If we speak it. We all come. We say when three or more come together. It's about to be a church service. I can already tell it.
Oh my goodness.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I'm Roger. This is my lovely wife, Brianna.
He told me to sit down. I'm stand up.
I'm trying to protect her feet because she got some new shoes, and I know your feet hurt right now. So
They're actually really comfortable.
Sure, we'll see. We're gonna see y'all. We're gonna check in with her in a little bit. Wow, you guys, this is really cool. Thank you, Darius. Thank you so much, Jessica, Bujoy. I see a lot of y'all. The shirts, killing it with the branding. The facilitators of the DMG people here.
Yes, I wanted to mention that this is a Black-owned establishment in Clayton, North Carolina, owned by Cindy Nanez. And so she is the founder and creator of the DMG Dream Center. And it's a co-working space. So all of these offices, they're actually owned or rented, leased by other businesses. And then this is our free co-working space. And later on, when we take our break, we'll be doing headshots here. And it's a creative space right through these doors, which is a big white open space.
Nice. It's a really nice facility. So thank you to putting this all together. We just want to empower. We want to show y'all some things. We really have a heart to help others. And that's kind of why we even branded and came up with the whole Food Trap brand. We started with a niche of food, and now it's branched off to hotels, dentist offices. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here today. So you have Raleigh Food Trap, which is just like a public entity, but then you have Food Trap Media, which is what we put this LLC that runs social medias, and we do content creation. And oh gosh, there's a bigger team here. So we love this, y'all, and we really given this opportunity to help those of you do what we've seen work. This was like a no-brainer. It's like, go take my Saturday, you can have it. Yeah. So we'll kind of go ahead and just talk. Go ahead and start talking.
We'll get right into it.
We'll get right into it.
We have some chapters.
Well, first, we just welcomed everybody. Think Tank number 4, Mastering Social Media Marketing. You guys are, the objective of this, everybody here today knows that there's power in social media. I don't think we have to build that to you guys and teach you guys like, oh my God, and kind of build the value add of social media. I'm sure, can we all agree that social media is a powerful tool? Yeah. Like all of us in here now, we do understand it.
Yellow pages,
it's the new yellow pages.
Billboard.
Matter of fact, okay, here's a question for you. When was the last time you seen a billboard? Feel free, anybody, to start your hand. When was the last time you seen a billboard? Okay, Justin, when was it? Just
on 95.
95. When was that? The other day?
Probably, yeah, last week.
There's a lot of billboards out there. Do you remember what one of them said? Buc-ee's. Okay. All right.
That was a big billboard.
That's a big billboard. With that big buggy, you saw me like, yo, I'm waiting on that. Okay, Candace.
Going towards South Carolina, it's like south of the border.
South of the border. Whole lot of billboards. When was that?
Traveling like last week.
Last week. Okay. Anybody else saw a billboard? Okay. Billboard?
Yeah, I saw one on 95 too.
On 95.
Has to be Jordan. That's all.
Okay. She saw a familiar face. Okay. All right. I saw another hand. Billboard? What type of billboard did you see?
It was I'm in Duplin County, so Duplin Winery.
Duplin Winery.
Like 3.
Okay. So you got excited. You was like, well, I'm ready to drink. You know. Okay. All right. This is good, you guys. So did anybody come from Raleigh to Clayton? Okay. All right. Did anybody take 70 business like down straight kind of? Okay. All right, good. You didn't see any billboards this morning? Neither one of y'all?
Oh, it is one for
There's 5.
HTR.
There's 5 billboards between when you get on that 70 to here. There's 5 billboards. Y'all went past 5 billboards and didn't even notice them. didn't pay attention. So here's what we're gonna show you today. The billboard is no longer that sign out on 95. It's while we're scrolling right here. If I can put my ad, my message, my value on your scrolling feed, we just won the game, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, mastering social media. Darius called this finding your folks. I thought it was a little country, but I'm going to roll with it, you know. I'm Goldsboro, so I don't tell nobody, though. But finding your folks through content, you know, and that's where we at today. Let's before jumping in this, we gotta have some housekeeping rules. You know, number one, feel free to raise your hand, ask a question anytime on any topic. This is not no big TED talk with 7,000 people. We're like, here we can talk. This is intimate, it's small. You know, let's talk. We want to have these conversations. Take notes. We're gonna cover a lot of ground. I'm warning y'all right now. Some of these slides got a lot going on it, but we do want to slow down and we want to talk. Feel free to share your own personal examples. So we're going to be asking y'all questions, just like how you just gave us some examples of billboards. Let's talk the whole time. Stay mentally and physically here. If you gotta go outside and take a drug abuse break, you know, go ahead. Justin, I'm sorry, Justin. I'm sorry. If you gotta take a drug abuse break.
He does stand up at night, y'all.
I did not do stand-up comedy, okay? If you listen to Food Trap videos, you already know. We like to bend it a little bit. If you need to step outside, you need to, because we're all business owners, so you may need to take care of some pressing matters. You step outside and just hold up that church finger, come right back. All right, so we want you to participate, in other words. All right, so I'll introduce myself. I've done a lot of talking so far. I'm Roger Cornegie. I'm half of Food Trap. I'm an ex-social media marketing professional. I worked at Yelp for a while. This was an amazing career that I had. I loved working for Yelp. It was my dream. Got the job and then got fired. But it was a cool place to be. I got let go. I got let go. COVID. That's a whole nother story. That's another TED Talk. We'll do that one another time. I got my bachelor's from the North Carolina Wesleyan, amazing school. I doubt I got some bishops in here. Oh, we got a bishop. Okay. Hey. All right. Y'all don't know what the bishops, I know. All right, it's cool. I just figured out we was bishops. So I am the creative side of Raleigh Food Trap. So when you look at these videos, I don't really like show myself in it. I like to be the creator to kind of think of the concept when we sit down with a client or a business and they're like, hey, I sell dogs. Can you help me sell them on your page? I got to kind of come up with a way to make it like go viral or at least trend. I love that part. On half of the Yard Milkshake Bar downtown Raleigh. If you haven't been, add it to your agenda, right?
Yes,
it's an amazing place
absolutely.
to go. Okay.
Once a month.
You gotta come once. It'll big you back though. So Raleigh, the Yard Milkshake Bar, downtown Raleigh. And then as a fun fact, in 2023, I designed a marketing plan for Michelin tires that went national. So that was pretty awesome to present this. I spent a lot of time with Michelin that summer down in Charlotte at their headquarters and putting together a marketing plan for them that they use nationally. So that's me. Next is this beautiful face here. You want to talk a little bit about yours?
Yes. Okay, so I do have a full-time job. We have several full-time jobs.
Right.
And one of them is I'm a director of multicultural engagement for an agency. We have events all over the country. My sister over there, I brought her along with me, so she's experienced in what we do. We go around the country and put on really big events. We work with a lot of talent. We call them talent, celebrities. And we showcase the product for whatever brand we're representing. So I do all the multicultural. That is African American, targeting Hispanic, Latinos, and Asian. So I do that. And then, of course, I've been doing that for a very long time, 12 years. Don't try to guess my age because you're not going to guess it. I also have a degree from NC Wesleyan University in marketing as well as organizational administration. And then I'm more of the strategic side in Food Trap, so I'm assisting with the visuals and just like, okay, strategically, how are we going to roll this out? How are we going to present this? Right. What else can we add to it?
Hashtag strategy, all that good stuff.
Hashtags, yeah. I mean, he does a lot. He does most everything. I'll just throw some happy in there. The other half, owner of the Yard Milkshake Bar, and then one of my biggest clients has been Toyota. We've been doing multicultural engagements with them for over 10 years, just consecutively. We had one of the longest running programs. It was the Toyota Green Initiative, and I went to 22 HBCUs, and we gave them money. We revitalized the community there. We did that probably for like 8 years. We were sponsor of the CIAA and SWAC football and basketball championships. We just gave away a lot of money. And then what happened was, Toyota, there's a lot of rotating staff, so there were some non-multicultural people who started to be our clients. So we're still in the multicultural space with Toyota. We're just not giving back as much money to the community. We're more so going into the events and putting on shows. So that's me.
Cool. That's a little bit about us, kind of what we do. This kind of sums up another side of us. We've got 2 amazing kids. They are terrorizing their grandma right now. This is Gavin and Grayson at the bottom. Over to the left over here, you'll see this like pancake drip. When we first started Food Trap, it was all about, trapping people through images. And we're gonna talk a little bit about kind of how we've pivoted and moved off of images, and now we're doing reels and stand-up comedy. If you say, I don't know, you have to be able to pivot, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that with social media, because social media is forever changing. Good, yes, you already know. So there's a few examples of us in the community talking about social media, the power of social media, how it works. The ABC 11 killed me because they literally used us as pawns to talk about the whole TikTok war, and I was starting to feel kind of weird. I was like, don't call me no more about this stuff, because I don't want no parts of it.
Him like once a week.
At least once a week. Like,
Different
hey,
networks.
it was crazy.
Can
you talk about TikTok? Power of TikTok. Wake living. We love some of the emojis we kind of put on. We love photography. We try. Darius, we're not good at y'all. The beach.
Not even close.
We found the beach recently. We always in our bag. And little things like that. We do music.
We love the mountains.
We love the mountains.
We love
shoes. Sleep. Something we don't really get a lot of. Nah, at all. Some of y'all probably saw me like on your Instagrams, like at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like I was like liking stuff and talking. Yeah, that was
That's him right there.
that is me.
Yeah.
It's dark just like me too.
Oh, stop.
We like to be the plug. And Bree has a shopping demon, so that's that right there. And
Only on Amazon. Good deals. Good deals.
The guy knows us by heart. Okay. All right, so we'll go right into the agenda. All right, so we're going to have 12 chapters. Actually, there's 11 chapters to this, and so we're going to take a break in between. And so Jessica, she's going to kindly throw something at the side. Yeah, keep us on track. So we're going to break this into 2 halves because, like I said, there's a lot of content. Chapter number one, taking it serious. I can't. This is going to be one of my favorite chapters because it's laying the foundation of everything today. Not that you already don't take social media serious, but this is going to let you know I really do need to take it serious. I need to post with the intent of reaching my money, my people that's gonna take me from 1 million this year to 2 million. That's where, and it's right here on social media. It's on these devices. It's not on that billboard that you passed that you didn't even see. You didn't even see. Why social media? We're gonna talk about the power of that. Why should we really do social media? I mean, we're all in agreement that it is social media, but it's going to show you even more like, okay, if I wasn't sold before, now I'm sold. We're going to do, then this is the moment we've all been waiting for, 5 connection driving strategies. So what are 5 strategies that will help me connect with my target audience, my folks, as what Darius calls them? 4 small business and social media best practices. There are some best practices whenever, as a small business, when it comes to running social medias that you guys need to know, and a lot of us don't know them. We don't know these things. I come with some of those best practices. We come with some of those best practices. I've done it for brands like Yelp. Yelp is a company that is where they are because of social media. I mean, if we really think of it, their foundation started on Instagram, and that's where they are today. But we're going to talk about some of those best practices, things that they implemented that took off for them. Customer acquisition tactics. What are some tactics I can do to turn Mr. Deshaun into my customer? What are some things? He's on social media. What can I do to turn him into my customer? Make him look at my brand. We're going to talk about those different things. Collaborating with influencers. This is really a gray area. A lot of people don't understand how to do this. A lot of people, we're going to talk about it. I want y'all to ask every question you can think of. Whatever you want to know, we're going to tell you, okay? And then I'm out of gas. I'm out of ideas. I don't even know what. I've been posting for 2 years. I've got 6 followers. What else should I do? What else can I post? And anybody else in that space right now? I'm kind of out of gas with content. I don't even know what to post. Anybody? Any hands? Feel free.
I was there the other day.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we all have those blocks. I'm sure Darius, whoever he at, Yeah, he's a content creator. And then we're gonna do some case studies. There's 2 of you in here right now. We already done ran through your stuff, and we're gonna like live kind of like talk about what we found, what we're doing good, and then we're gonna give you some benchmarks. In marketing, we have something called benchmarking. So right now, if I got a hot dog cart, I should strive to be like this hot dog cart over here that's killing it. Maybe there's a hot dog cart in, I don't know, in California that's killing it. I mean, they got lines down the block. I strive to have that here in Raleigh. It's okay to benchmark, and that's what we're gonna show you some benchmarks, some other people that are killing it, knocking it out of the park, and then kind of compare that to kind of what you're doing. Then we're gonna choose 2 at random. So there's 2 of you in here. All of us together are going to do an audit on that business. Now that's probably like in the wrap up part 2 section, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna do a little level set. You're gonna see these open discussion questions at different points. Right now, I wanna ask the group, and if we don't have any volunteers, I'm about to call on your name, okay? How are you currently reaching your customers on social media? How are you currently reaching? Are you using Instagram? Are you using TikTok? Are you paying ads? Anybody care to show like how are you currently reaching your customers right now on social media? Like new customers. Anybody? Okay. Miss Monica?
Oh, you had to
I love it, Jess.
I didn't say your name.
She did, but she was in vain though. Y'all was thinking together?
I was in the spirit.
Facebook and Instagram, they'll come, but they don't stay. And then,
You mean like people, customers?
yes.
Okay, customers will come.
Yeah, I'm in the event planning and floral industry.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, you give them that number.
And they drive off.
Like,
Y'all been seeing that?
Yeah.
My DM.
They just drive off, or
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. Anybody else in that same boat? Like you feel like I'll get a customer, they ask me for my numbers, I give it to them, and then they be like, "Skirt." They ghost me. Anybody? Okay, good.
See, I do real estate, so just to show my people from back home that need and want the help, that's your real estate. I post my sales, and I have engagement where I ask questions, but then they forget when it's time to buy a house because they don't know I market that area. But I asked you, are you looking for something in this area? So
Okay.
how do I get them and keep them?
Okay, we're gonna talk about that too. Okay, there's quite a few real estate examples. There's a real estate agent in here, Ashby. Oh, there you go. I was studying her stuff. So agent, we're going. She's one of the case studies we're gonna kind of go over a little later. So, and you're gonna see some examples. There, I'm excited about the real estate market and how real estate agents are using social media to reach new buyers. All of us in here need a place to live. That's the cool thing about social media. There's 2 billion people using Instagram. 2 billion people need a house or a place to stay or an apartment or a flat. And here you are. And those are your customers. So we're going to talk about how you can reach them. One more person. How are you using social media to reach your customers? Anybody?
I wanted to share, we've reached a lot of our customers via word of mouth. So there's a lady who is a humongous advocate for Boo Joy. And anytime and she owns a nonprofit, and anytime anybody, there are like 30 agencies within that nonprofit. If any of them need help with anything, she immediately just sends them to us. And that's been a huge proponent for how we've gotten, like, even I would say in the last 6 months, about like $20,000 in contracts from that one lady. Just, hey, go to them. That's my people. Go to them. And so
Word of mouth.
And she has actively wrote our business into her grants for this year and then next year for what they have coming up. That's been like
Game changer.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm hearing word of mouth. Now, how did word of mouth talk about? Does she also drive Boo Joy on her social media? Like, what
No.
she don't
No,
nothing
it's
at all.
just because she is the president of that of the agency of the nonprofit, and all the agencies, they all meet with her anyway, and so people share like what they're dealing with, what they're going through, what their agency needs, and she forwards them to us.
Okay.
And just sends her assistant will send our information to them, and we get like emails and calls from those people.
Okay. So word of mouth is great. Y'all see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to put a social media piece out. Like,
Oh,
Jessica, where's social media at, Jessica?
I missed the whole answering the question.
Word of mouth. I love word of mouth marketing because word of mouth marketing, old school guerrilla tactic. That mess has been around since. I mean, it's forever. It's been the beginning of time. If she does my eyelashes and I like it, I'm gonna tell Candace. And then Kira. Kira's gonna be like, "Yo, Roger, who did your eyelashes? This Miss Brianna did." That's word of mouth. Now, word of mouth is great. It's amazing. But your marketing is like imagine a ball, and your marketing goes round and round. It should never stop. Your marketing efforts every month should never stop. Whether it's an ad, whether it's influencer event, whether it's a post that I'm boosting, your marketing should be every month. You should be, as franchisees, whenever you buy into franchises, they tell you that part of your income has to go back into marketing. I mean, if you made $10,000 this month, you need to put at least 1,000 to 500 back into marketing. That's paying somebody to come shoot some amazing content to post on social media. But word of mouth is definitely a part of that amazing marketing plan too. So I love that component. We'll go ahead and move in. This is chapter 1. We're gonna call them posts. Chapter 1, take it serious. All right. So the level set. This chapter is not to persuade you or influence you on social media because we all agree that social media is a powerful tool. I just want you to see the big picture. Okay. So the big picture here. All right, if we look over to the left, did anybody realize that Facebook is 20 years old? I heard a geez. I saw a yes. Did you realize that LinkedIn is 22 years old? You remember being in high school and they made you create a LinkedIn page? You was like, I don't even know what this is. So you created one, and now you got a little LinkedIn out there from when you were 13 that's still out there. I'm that guy. I saw it the other day. I was like, man, I need to delete this. How do I delete this? TikTok, ByteDance, it's 8 years old. I mean, and some of us are just getting turned on to these platforms. If we look up here at the top, the world population is approximately 8.2 billion people. Okay, there's 8.2 billion people in the world. When we look at Facebook has 3.05 of that population is using Facebook. They're on Facebook. Wow. They have a page. Instagram, 2 billion of that 8 are using Instagram. There's a lot of people, y'all. I want y'all to see how many people it is. You have something to say?
Oh, so how come you don't have Snapchat up here?
Anybody on Snapchat? Y'all like Snapchat? My daughter's on there. My kids. Okay.
Yeah, I just use it for the filters.
That's the only reason why we're using it. That's the only. Snapchat is here right now for 2 reasons: the filters and the ads. Big players are fueling Snapchat, and it's the only reason why it's still surviving. It's not small businesses. Me and you not marketing up there at all. So here, the reason why Snapchat is not listed is because I made a note here. You don't see your favorite social media platform? I'm using words SM and social media. Reason why you don't see it listed is because it's not one of the top 6 heavily digital platforms for advertising of this year. So these are the top 6 platforms for digital advertising. So I'm not trying to do a billboard. I want my billboard digitally. These are the places you want to put it, right here. That's a good question I see back here coming.
I see that you have X, formerly known as Twitter. I deleted it once I saw that Elon Musk owned it. I was like, that seems weird, so I got rid of it. Do we still need to participate in X?
Yeah,
Your business. Business, absolutely. For your business, the reason why I would participate, even if I'm not even posting on X, claim that social media real estate. So right now you have your business, it's Donna's Nails. I'm just making up something. Donna's Nails. You want to go ahead and claim your social real estate on all these platforms now. And the reason why is because as these platforms grow older, somebody else is going to claim it. And one day you're going to wake up and be like, I want to be on Twitter. Well, guess what? This lady in Cambodia already got your name. And the only way you're going to get your name is you're going to have to go find out who it is. You can buy it from them, which people do. Social real estate is a real thing. Real estate, you got a house on some land. Well, guess what? I got some social real estate on social media that I can sell to you. There are people out here that have created all these ghost accounts and have taken your businesses already, waiting for you to go approach them.
It's just like a website.
Same thing, just like a website. So it's important, even though you're not using Twitter X because Mr. Elon owns it, go ahead and at least claim that social property. Because then think about it. If you blow up and you become big, Donna's Nails is like the new biggest thing. Somebody else owns your name, and so that's very important. Do you need to be posting every day on X? It depends. It depends if your target audience is there, and we're gonna learn a little bit about that in a minute. You had something to add?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. I just saw that face, so I was making sure. We're gonna jump on to our next slide. I wanted you guys to see. So we just talked about there's 8 billion people in the world. In the world, we just, for example, we said that Facebook had 3 billion users. 74% of those people are opening that app every day. They're using it every day. Anybody got an app in here right now that you check every day besides social media? Anybody? Like an app? What? Gmail. Okay, you're checking your other. Okay, which one? Navy Federal. You check your bank account every day?
I know that's right.
Do anybody not check their bank account every day? It's okay. Like I don't check mine every day. I might only on payday. Like, let me make sure that money hit. Oh, it did. Good. I'll check it next Friday. You checking it every day. So
People are crazy.
no, they are crazy. You check your accounts every day.
Still on there.
Yeah.
So for those of us that just said we don't check our bank account app every day, but we check our social media every day. So I know we backwards. We got our priorities backwards. But I just want you to kind of see, like, that's how heavy this thing is. It's a really heavy thing. Was there something else on here? No. Okay, so now the big picture. We're just gonna zone in on just Instagram in the world. Okay, just Instagram. There's over 2 billion people using it here a month. Okay, we just established. Now here's what's dope. 35.7% of the worldwide Instagram people, the world, have this app on their phone. So that's 35% of that 8 billion got this app on their phone. Okay, so this is just Instagram we're talking about. I just want you to see how big Instagram is. Okay, so Instagram is 12 years old. Now Instagram's ad audience over here is saying the Instagram ad audience is 143.35 million. Okay, so we understand that there's 2 billion people, but there is 143 million people that can receive ads. All right, so y'all stay with me because this part right here, you can go left and you're going to be lost. So there's 143 million people that can receive an ad from me right now. Now, you might be wondering, like, okay, what happened to all the other people? Like, anybody wondering, like, because there's 2 billion people, like, what's the other people? The other people are kids. Some of them have ad blockers that they've paid for. You can actually pay Instagram to not see ads. So you can invest in ad blockers. Some of those accounts are too young. They've got certain provisions and they can't see the ad about alcohol, So that's why this number, that 143, is much smaller than this 2 billion. Anybody ever ran an ad before on social media? Okay, I see 2. Okay, we're gonna talk to y'all in a little bit. All right, we're gonna talk about ads. People spend an average of 30 minutes a day just scrolling on Instagram. I mean, Instagram average 30 minutes. You may not realize it, but that 5 minutes, 2 minutes, toilet, 10 minutes, it adds up. All right, we're gonna move on. So now let's talk about Instagram in the United States. We were just talking about the world just a minute ago. This is in the United States. It's still 12 years old. Nothing's changed. Instagram has the most impact on cultural trends here in America. All right, what are our kids doing? Like, they're learning all this stuff from Instagram, if not TikTok. But Instagram has, when you think about clothes and shoes and swag, all that stuff is coming from this app. It's coming from there. IG is the 4th most visited website in America. Now, website, because it has a web presence as well. You can Instagram on the web. It's the 4th most visited website. What are people doing for it to be the 4th most visited website? They're researching things. It's a search engine, a great search engine. IG's AI-powered algorithm, it now has learned how to show you stuff that it's no longer showing you stuff that she liked. It's showing you stuff based off of your viewing preference. So if he's researching sports all the time, have you noticed your FYP or your Explore page, it's going to show you sports stuff now. The algorithm has gotten a lot more smarter. They've mimicked what TikTok has done. TikTok blasted out the water with the algorithm. 50% of U.S. Instagrammers are male, 49% are female, which is weird. Because normally, I hate to say it's Justin, but I thought it would be backwards. I thought women would be, but it's men. We don't engage like they do. But we're there. We're more scrollers. Y'all will like talk and engage. Yeah, girl. The Quanda, come look at this hairstyle. Me and Justin, I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna text it to him like, "Hey, yo, bro, check this out." Nah, I ain't about to mention him on no. It's a man unit right here. Check this out. That's what we gonna do, right? Man code. I mean, but they gon' that's what comments is always women. It's just y'all engage. 36% of these people are using Instagram as a search tool. So they're looking for things. Instagram is one of the top search tools just to like figure out how to do something. I love this right here. 44% of Instagrammers use the app to look up reviews on products. Anybody you seen? Okay, she got this jacket. Let me see what other people are saying about this jacket. And then other people like, girl, it's too small. It ain't true to size. The paint came off when I ran in it. Little things like you're trying to get like. I see your face, Darren. You're trying to get like real people responses on how this stuff is. That's what Instagram is here for. All right, and last tip right here. In 2022, governing.com said that North Carolina, y'all, is the most social media obsessed state. Obsessed. North Carolina. This is where y'all living. Your customers is right here. And they obsessed with social media. And the reason why they gauged this is they said in North Carolina, we gauge more than 9 million times per month. And now engage meaning we like to post 9 million times. There is... which is wild. Absolutely wild. The last piece I want to leave you guys with, because we're talking about cultural power. Here we'll see Instagram is the number 2 app for reach. Reach meaning that it is the second biggest app in that first diagram that we saw. When it comes down to reach and cultural power, it's the number 1. So we talked about that whole cultural aspect. So being able to influence people, that is the app to influence people. It's not Snapchat. It's not Reddit. If you want to influence people, it's Instagram. That's why influencers live on Instagram. All right, that was a lot, y'all. All right, that was a lot. We covered a lot. I'm gonna sum it up real quick. The big picture. I just want you to get out of that is that every age group is using social media. Every income level is using it. Every education level, smart, dumb, right in the middle, everybody's there. Okay, location. Whether you live in Goldsboro, the Sticks, you live in a hood, a tiki, whatever. You're on. If you got internet, you're there. And finally, these people are logging in multiple times a day. So we just want you to see this big picture. All right, we're gonna talk about social media and why. All right, we'll go into why. Why social media? Well, right here, this is a huge and growing marketing opportunity, and it takes little monetary investment. It can be expensive, but it can also be your cheapest, best billboard, and we're gonna show you how to do that if you know how to drive traffic to it. Okay, benefits, I think you guys know benefits. Everybody knows exposure. Everybody knows I want my hair care business to get web traffic, so I'm trying to use Instagram or TikTok or whatever, social media to drive people to my website to buy cheesecakes. I'm using my Instagram to drive sales. So loyal fans, people following you become loyal. Audience insights, so being able to see, okay, what's working and what's not. Leads, people use Instagram to demand gen. Demand gen meaning to generate leads. That's really what businesses, small businesses, should be using it for. Now, there was a time when this was spoke against, right? Like people was shunning it, like social media is just for me to post my baby pictures. And but bar mitzvahs, what? I don't know what that is. But maybe one of y'all have a bar mitzvah, I don't know. But that's what we was using social media for, right? Remember, we was using it to put out, I just got a new job working at Kroger. That's what you was using it
almost
for.
like you post
I really
because your like family is so far away. So you're like, I'm gonna post. Just go look at social media and you'll see the kids.
Yeah, major circle, this big old circle. I got family all over the world. Now everybody can see everything. I just got a new house. That's what we was using social media for.
Yeah.
But now that businesses are in the mix, we can also push our businesses accolades and things. Partnerships, SEO. Anybody familiar with SEO? Okay, I heard some. Anybody can? Okay, all right. One of y'all that don't know SEO, what you think it stands for? I never heard of it. Anybody? Okay, search engine optimization. We're gonna talk about that in social media and how that works because you want to optimize your social media for search, and we're gonna talk about that too. All right, and reduced expenses. Earlier we said if you made $10,000 this month, I believe it was $1,000. We said right. You need to plug that back into your marketing. Anywhere between $5,000 to $1,000, plug that back into your marketing. Well, social media will help you reduce those expenses, and we're gonna talk about that too. All right, so what is social media presence? All right, anybody wanna take a stab at that for your business? What do you think social media presence is for your business? Y'all reading it. I see everybody reading it. Well, you can read it now, I guess. Anybody wanna take a stab outside of this right here? What do you think social media presence is for a business, a small business? Showing up. You better show up. Anybody else? What do you think social media presence is for your hair care company, your real estate company.
Who you are and what you do.
Who you are and what you do. Okay. So anybody ever been, let's say you've been, I'm trying to, how can I give this example? You ever been scrolling and all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is, or you on the internet. Let's say you on the internet and you come across like a product. It's a shirt. It's like a nice jacket. And you like, oh, I want to get this jacket. And all of a sudden you go to the company's website. And you like, this website, they want me to do like a WeChat and, anybody ever go straight from that website to their social media? Let me go to their Instagram and see, when was the last time they posted? What are people saying on their Instagram? Let me look at the tag pictures. Now, what happens if you want this jacket? What happens if you go to that Instagram and the last time they posted was 2 years ago? What you gonna do?
I'm not buying it.
You not buying nothing.
Spammer.
They not in business. It's a spam. It's a spam. They went down during COVID. Something ain't right, but their website's still active.
Yeah.
But they're not posting. So this is your social media presence. Think about that with your businesses. Somebody right now has thought about your business, your cheesecake company. It's like, oh, she ain't posted since 2019. Ooh, I'm not.
Cheesecakes ain't good.
You couldn't snap a picture since 2019 and post it. Think about that. We want to have a social media presence. All right, we're gonna jump to our next slide. All right, this is the moment we all been waiting for. Time check real quick. How we good? Okay, all right. This here is gonna be like a heavy segment. Okay, 5 connection driving strategies. Okay, I was supposed to use ChatGPT last night to redo that, y'all, but I didn't get a chance to. So these here are literally gonna be 5 different strategies, and this is our strategist right here. There's 5 different strategies to help you find your Mr. Deshaun. So right now, I sell hats. I got a hat business. He loves hats. Okay, I want to connect with him on social media. These are gonna be 5 different tips, 5 different strategies to help me and Mr. Deshaun connect. And then I want to turn you into a customer because you have a lifetime cap over your head of how much money you're gonna spend with each company, and I want all of it. Okay, my man.
Before we go to the next segment,
Yep.
everybody got any questions?
Oh yeah, let's stop. Let's breathe. I could use that.
I did want to ask, you mentioned, to go ahead and grab the real estate for like the different platforms. When you're saying just to like get your name, like get an account and put your name on it, even if you're not using it.
Even if you ain't gonna park on it yet, you better go claim it, and it might be too late. Because unless you got a name like Blue Joy, they was lucky. But
it is another Blue Joy in China.
I was about to say
BOIJOY.
Look at God.
Okay.
You better put that U in there.
It might be Boy Joy.
White Joy. White Joy. White Joy Media. We can all look when Blue Joy. Look, when this get national, you ain't gonna be able to crack them kind of jokes, okay? Look, crack them kind of jokes. We all brown in here, so crack them jokes, okay? So that part extent, I absolutely agree. Even if you're not going to post content on your TikTok, go ahead and at least claim it. In a little bit, we're gonna talk. Even though Bujoy is not posting on TikTok, I'm just saying, there's gonna be some opportunities you're gonna learn later where you'll be able to use somebody else to post, and you're going to want to have a page that they can collab with. So we're gonna talk about that too. Let's dive right into these strategies. Get your pens ready, okay? All right, number 1, you want to choose the right platform. You want to choose the right platform. This is the beginning of your strategy. This is the top of your strategy. If I'm pushing hats and my target audience is not on that platform, I'm not gonna see any success. If I'm pushing houses on Snapchat, how that's gonna work, y'all?
It's a bunch of kids.
It's a bunch of kids. You can't buy houses. Yeah. But I'm putting all my eggs into trying to get some sales on Snapchat, and I'm getting frustrated because it's not working. It's because there's no house buyers out there on Snapchat. Number 2, you want to update your content consistently. Okay, you want to be consistent. And we're gonna talk a little bit about consistent quality versus quantity. A lot of people, have y'all noticed there is no document from Meta that is labeled how to use Instagram, how to use Facebook. They don't have that. A lot of this is gonna be what's worked for me, what's worked for you. And we're taking a lot of knowledge and putting it together. But there's no instructional from the people that created these platforms because they're ever evolving. So there's a lot of questions. People say, how many times should I post? You know, when should I post? We're gonna talk about that too. But consistency is a key. Interact with your audience. We're gonna talk about that too. Within a few hours after publishing your content, you can learn something new about your audience. Like, okay, my real estate page, my audience don't like it when I post my shoes. Should I be posting my sneakers on my real estate page? You know, so you learn about your audience and what they want to see. Lastly, number 4, optimize your social media. We use that word optimize, and we're going to talk about SEO, the search engine optimization, something called SMO, social media optimization. We're going to learn about that in a little bit, how to optimize it, how to make it where Treats by Arve can be found. How can people in Clayton find her, you know, how versus people in California. You don't want people in California. Maybe you do.
If you're shipping.
If you're shipping, and I
lasts.
don't know how that's gonna work. I mean, you're gonna be shipping overnight. That's gonna be really expensive. You're cutting your costs, but you know. And then lastly, use tools to monitor and track your analytics. Number 5 is gonna be use tools to track and monitor your analytics. And we're gonna talk about why that's important. All right, we're gonna dive right into number 1 right now. So choosing the right social media platform. There's a lot of platforms out there, y'all. Don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot of them, right?
Too many.
It's too many. And they're ever evolving. They're coming up, they're popping up. Raleigh Food Trap, we'll get a DM from a new app developer every month.
Yes.
So, hey, we just got a new social media platform. We want to invite you to be an early adopter. We want you to be one of our first people to use it. We're going to give you full access. We're going to give you followers. We're going to give you everything you need to be one of our first users. No, I was like, you're trying to recreate Instagram? Get out of here. You're too late. Choose a platform that increases your social media return on investment. Anybody know what ROMI, ROMI stands for? Return on marketing investment. Yeah, so you want to choose a platform that returns on your marketing investment. Marketing investment might be an ad. It might be boosting my content. It might be paying Victoria to be my influencer, to talk about my eyelash company. You know, I need to make sure I'm on the app that's going to return that investment that I'm paying her. Once selected, research how much time your target audience is spending on that platform. So I know if I got my eyelash company, how much time is, I hate to say this, but these little girls spending on Snapchat? Like, how much time are they up there, like, you know, a couple of days a week, a couple hours a day? You kind of need to know your target audience and where they are and how much time they're spending on those apps. Once selected, work on optimizing your images, writing great content that'll keep your audience engaged. So this stuff kind of takes time, you know. That's where, and Darius, you and Jessica, you guys know, like, great content is like it's a big deal, right? Great content is a big deal. We're going to see some examples of people who's got great content in this room a little later, and how it's helped them. So great content. Consider running with the omni-channel approach. Anybody ever heard the word omni-channel before? Oh, I thought I saw a hand. We all know in the Bible when they talk about he's omnipotent, omnipresent. There we go, omnipresent. Everywhere. We want to be everywhere. You can consider running with that, okay? Because when we say that, those apps we showed earlier, all those different 6 apps, consider being on all of them and running the omni-channel model. Meaning that if I post on this one, I'm going to post on this one, and I'll post on this one. I mean, all that's doing is increasing your chances of reaching my hat's reaching him. Because he's on one of those 6 platforms. You're there. I just got to put my stuff in front of you.
I will say one good example of this is happening right now in politics.
Yes. Tell it.
Text message.
Tell it.
Every single platform, it does not matter. You'll see Kamala or you'll see Trump. You'll see some type of ad. Anywhere you go, you're not even looking for it. You don't even say anything about it. But it's there. So those people that they have working with them are very, very good social media people. Because they are showing, even if you're like, I'm not voting, I'm never voting, it doesn't matter. You're going to get an ad. Something.
Right.
I'm like, how do these people get my number?
Right.
You put your number, your information is out there somewhere, and they will use it. They are finding it, and they are using it.
Good example.
So that's what we want to do with our businesses.
That's a good example.
Can you connect everything so when you post on this one, it's gonna?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So since you're not technically on the X, I'm gonna just say, how do you keep checking that since you're not really on it, but you're posted?
Great question. Felicia, that was a beautiful question, y'all. And just to kind of reiterate, she's like, look, my time is valuable. I can't be up here posting on 6 apps. I mean, it's gonna take me like an hour, and then I gotta optimize each content for different apps because Instagram allows me. 90 seconds, while TikTok says do 33 minutes, and then this is just too much. So she's saying, is there a way I can just hit one button and it just go to all of them? Yep,
Yes.
absolutely. It's gonna cost you, but there's definitely platforms.
Tools.
We're gonna show you these tools. So there's a few tools we're gonna talk about in the chapters to come that will allow her to sit there. She can scan. You can plan the entire month on all 6 apps and then forget about it. But you still do have to manage comments and DM, which you can do from those platforms. So it'll literally be one massive DM now, and it has all of your stuff going into one place. Y'all get what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna talk about that too. Great. I love that question. My favorite question so far. This has been omni-channel approach, y'all, is gonna be a great way to meet your customers where they are. It's to meet them where they are. Any other questions before we move to the next slide? All right, I want to show you, this is just taking a quick break real quick. So the percent reach of social media by age group. So let's talk about these, because we need to understand who our target is. You know, if I've got a graphic design company, who is my target audience? You know, Gen Z, that's those 18 to 24s. I mean, we might have a few, anybody here 24, 18? Okay, nobody? All right, so those people.
They said we grown.
We grown? Oh, Darius? Oh, Kamora. Okay, this is Kamora's age group, okay? She is using ByteDance. That's what she loves. The ByteDance is TikTok. she loves TikTok, the ByteDance. Instagram is gonna probably be her second go-to. And then they're using Reddit. Anybody familiar with Reddit? Okay, I saw some no's. Reddit's a phenomenal tool. Do businesses need to be up their marketing? I wouldn't say businesses need to be up there marketing. It's more so for them. They're talking, they're conversing. Girl, how do I tie my shoes like Kanye West? You know, how I do my hair like Rihanna? Like, they talking like that. That's all it is. Great platform. Millennials, that's that 25 to 34 range. They're going to Facebook first, technically, is what, according to this, they're going to Facebook first. And it makes sense because we kind of grew up with it earlier. We were earlier adopters of it. First ones.
Before Instagram.
And we're loyal to it. You know, we're loyal to it. We're still talking about our family, the kids, my new house. Instagram is kind of where we're going second, and then ByteDance, TikTok. We're fitting it in where we can. That Gen X, 35 and above, technically, they're saying, and this is all from Sprout Social. Sprout Social is saying they're going to Facebook first, they're going to Twitter next, and then they're going to Instagram. Why are y'all going to Twitter for? Like, when you use Twitter? For the news.
Yes.
News, RSS feed.
Quick
news.
updates.
You like them quick updates?
Yeah.
All right. No?
Not a bunch of
I'm not a Twitter person either. I don't. Twitter is so trashy. It's trashy.
It depends on who you following, right?
It depends on who you following.
Depends on who you following. Yes, exactly. Yep. And I don't have to spend 30 minutes.
No. It's all right there.
pictures.
So we discussed this. I'll reel us back in.
We having a debate.
Like, girl, I don't use Twitter, okay? Look.
I'm using it.
I hate it. But this is just showing you the importance of knowing who your target audience is. As a graphic designer, do I want all 3 of these as customers? As someone that sells homes, do I want all 3 of these customers? I mean, maybe the Gen Z person I might not be interested in because they just starting life, but that millennial, that Gen X, I want them. You know, my CBD company, I don't know if we have those in here, but am I interested in Gen Z? I mean, you gotta know who you're interested in. You pick and choose. You know who wants to buy your product. And you want to make sure you're on that platform that they're on. So right now, knowing if, Reddit is a platform that they're talking on, you can look into it. I don't know a lot of businesses that market on Reddit.
My coworkers are on it, but they just talk about our company. That's all they're on
Yeah.
for.
Okay.
So,
Negatively.
companies use Reddit. They take the more relatable approach from what I've seen,
Yeah.
and they start conversations around their product.
Good stuff.
So they'll kind of like hide behind just a general user.
That's good.
Say, hey, what y'all think about this product?
And it's theirs.
They're optimizing their engagement.
Optimizing your engagement. That is a very smart idea. So consider that too. Now, my only problem with Reddit is it's hard to local market. It's tough to local market. And most of us in here, unless a few of you probably do have products that you can ship nationwide, United States, outside the country. But then there's ones of us that's got cheesecakes and things that kind of you need to be local to get this stuff. It's kind of hard to market locally.
I will put something else on here that we didn't put on here.
Okay.
Hit or miss. Hear me out. Next door.
That is true.
I like next.
There is so many people up there, and I did put like the Yard Milkshake Bar stuff in there. I never told you, but
great.
and a lot of people were actually engaging. But
That's
you
good.
can put because it's in your local neighborhood, so that's
good
another
for
thing you might
real
want to
estate.
consider. Yeah,
Definitely for y'all's product. I have a question in the back, Victoria.
So even if you're using all of these platforms, omni-channel, right?
Yep.
How do you know what's working?
That's
How
good.
are you tracking?
Yep.
How do you know Twitter is over Instagram?
Yep.
How is it based off of the reaches? Is it based off, because I got a whole bunch of engagements.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know what's actually working?
So to answer that question, I think that's number 5. The 5th tip is to use tools to analyze your work. That's the 5th tactic. And so we're going to definitely come to that. But to answer that quickly, it's who's opening the door as you're like on each one of these apps and you're throwing, or who's biting, what fish, where on what app am I reeling fish in? You know, if I'm throwing out my reel on Instagram and I'm pulling back nothing, I'm throwing my reel out on Nextdoor and I'm getting people. I'm gonna put my eggs right into that. You know, I'm gonna still stay over here on Instagram, but I'm gonna put a lot of my time into that, optimizing my Nextdoor.
So I did have a question.
Yep.
Sorry. So when she brought up Nextdoor, I thought about this other app that I'm the one, soon as I open up my phone, I'm going on it. 'Cause I
What
don't
app
know
is
how to-
this?
Quora is Q-U.
ORA.
Yeah.
ARA, I've seen it. Yeah.
Crazy questions.
Yeah. It's kind of like, isn't that kind of like ours, Reddit? It's like a Reddit feel.
Quora.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. RSS feeds.
Okay. Yeah.
I really love the questions that they post. Like sometimes they'll have something on teens, or they'll have something on children having tantrums, and and it's very engaging. Well, for me, I'm a Gen X.
Yeah.
You know why you like the reason why you like this type of content is because right now here in America, we're on a push for authentic, real. There's so much fluff and fake on social media. That's the downfall. Anybody tired of these skits? Y'all tired of these skits? Like you sick of like, oh, let me see if I pick up a gold digger, and it's some girl that scantily dressed, and then here's the next one dressed just, oh, that's fake. All that stuff is fake. There's a guy right now that we're watching. He is going ridiculously viral.
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian, but what he does is he's showing real people reactions to stuff that. So he's pulling your car right now. You cheated on your wife last month, and we know because somebody. You seen that guy? It's very bad. But he's growing so big because we want to see his reaction to when I call him out, and she's sitting there recording, and now we go viral, 500,000 views. All right, got it. Oh, you so good. I see you, Vanna. She let me know we got 30 minutes and we're gonna take a break. All right, we'll take a break, y'all. But no, this guy, we're on a binge right now for like real, and that's why apps like that appeal to you, because these are real people saying, hey, my toilet leaking, what should I do? And then y'all are chiming in, not some sales guy telling us, oh, well, you should call us, Roto-Rooter. No, it's Victoria who's like, girl, here's what I did. I just used the plunger and, a lot of hair came out and it worked. And so you like that. And like, that's a great example. Do we have any other questions talking about audience reach? I'm a big firm believer in, we're talking about something, but I want to show you somebody doing it. And so I'm just not talking right now. Let's show you Nike. Anybody love Nike? I mean, yeah, we got some Nikes in the room.
No,
Nike? Oh, look, I see she got the Holy Ghost right there. She got that quickening, y'all. Look. Let me tell you why we're using Nike. Let's talk about why Nike is used as an example when it comes down to finding your target audience. Somebody snorted. The Holy Spirit. So we're using Nike as a case study right now. Because here's an example of Nike on Instagram. If you go to Nike's Instagram, you're not going to see a picture of a blank shoe. You don't go to Nike's Instagram, you don't see a shirt. What you see is athletes, people that are using their product. So Nike has an out-of-the-box strategy that others don't. And others haven't caught on to this yet. So instead of me just taking a picture of my cheesecake, putting it on the side of the road, saying, y'all come get it, let me put it in Miss Felicia's hand right here. And she's beautiful looking, and people already follow her like Kobe right now, What that's gonna do is it just connects you in so many different ways to a broader world. So let's look at this case study here. This draws in two types of people. That's why their Instagram is so huge. Because their Instagram is not only for consumers, but it's for sports lovers too. So right now I love sports. I mean, I don't have time to watch sports. But if I love sports, I will follow Nike because here I'm getting to see a legend, Kobe Bryant, playing ball right now. That's what Nike's not only showing him, but subliminally, they're showing their product as well. All right, so y'all catch that. That's out of the box.
I want that.
I want that. Yeah, let me go get that. Let me go get that jersey right now from Kobe.
And that's typical. We do a lot of that with clothing brands. You know,
Yes.
It's more about like we call it lifestyle in the marketing world. So you want to lifestyle is really, really big, especially right now because we want to see the real. We want to see it in action, and we want to see it in its organic environment. We don't want to see anything staged. You can try to, if you do clothing or something like that, like modeling your product, but we do want to see it in its natural environment.
Right.
Real use cases.
I love that. Yeah, and that's kind of what Nike's doing. I think out of the box. Do we have any clothing? We do have a clothing company. You got like a lot of businesses, okay? She got a lot. Y'all make sure you go and network with Narasha during this because she is amazing. Graphic design, she's incredible. Do we have any like any other clothing business? Anybody? Okay, no clothing business? Okay. Because that was a great idea to talk about, what they're doing. I mean, model it. We talked about benchmarking earlier. There's nothing new up under the sun, especially on social media. And using companies like Nike, it's like, okay, I got a t-shirt company. What is Nike doing that has gotten them? It's right in front of you. Their hashtags they're using, everything is right here in front of us. We'll go ahead and jump to the next one. All right, number 2 is update your content consistently. So let's dive a little deeper into that, updating our content consistently. Anybody having trouble, like right now, if you was told you had to post 3 times a week, would that just like kill your day? Okay. Or just kill your day. Day ruined. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. Okay. So I'll touch on a few things. You want to keep a check on the ongoing marketing trends. So if you know right now, we know if she claims her Twitter page and she doesn't put anything on it, several things are happening right now. She's got a voice. She's got a company out here that's voiceless. She has presence to a certain extent, but then it kind of looks awkward. Like I just decided I want to go buy something, but she's never posted at all. Is she even in operation? Yeah. That's where your customer's thinking. This is the pathway to them hitting that button, buy or purchase. They're looking at all these things that just ain't quite connecting. So that presence is very important. Another thing to think of when you're talking about content and putting your content up, some stuff that'll work on LinkedIn might not be good for Facebook and Instagram. You really need to tailor your content for your audience. Now, we not talked a lot about LinkedIn. Anybody not on LinkedIn in this room? We all should be on LinkedIn. All right, good. Everybody's on LinkedIn. Do y'all agree that the same content you might put on Facebook might not float on LinkedIn? Y'all agree?
Yes.
Okay.
I have an example.
You do.
My colleague and I helped start the first HBCU program with Clark Atlanta, which is an executive leadership program, and it's basically where we're trying to get the word out of how to find and groom the next HBCU presidents. However, we have very, very old, if you know anything about HBCUs, the boards are very old, like 80-year-old men. Yes. Like, no, we don't want Shaq. And we're like, Shaq is the next best thing, influencer marketing, right? So they're like, no, we don't need any social media. We need to go in newspapers. We need to go in publications. And we're like, oh, billboards. Excuse me, yeah. Billboards. And we're like, no. What we're going to do is we're going to go on social media. So we went on all the social media platforms. We're doing exactly this. However, when we're posting, we didn't really, we're trying to go everywhere to find where our audience is at. So what we posted on Instagram, it worked for a couple of blogs. But when we went to LinkedIn, hit, because that's where the higher academic scholars are at. And then Facebook, it kind of trended on that because, you're looking for the next HBCU presidents to tailor them and groom them into leadership and to sign up for the program. So we know the Gen X's are on Facebook first. So Instagram, it was okay, but the other ones, it wasn't. So yeah, it did not work on all, but it worked on most.
So that whole
We still tried, and we were still consistent.
that one size fits all just don't work with content on if we're going omnichannel. Now some of you in here might say, yeah, omnichannel, it's a lot. You know, six different platforms. I can't do that. You know, I'm just gonna stick with this one and this one, and that's totally fine. You know, but if you are going with that omnichannel approach, these are some things to think about. That, like she just said, was a great example. What worked over here, it didn't quite work over here. You know, so how could she have tailored that to talk to the Instagram crowd? What worked on LinkedIn? Something here I want to point out is consistency is the key. Now we cannot argue that, but your content needs to be of substance. It needs to be quality. So if I'm a real estate agent and my job right now is to drive home sales, why am I posting a picture of my hat? You know, why am I posting a picture of my new nails? Why am I putting my nails on my Instagram?
Or anything else that you're doing that's not pertaining to real estate.
It's out of your niche. You know, you want to be clear and concise what it is you represent, what I do. We're going to talk about above the fold in a little bit. Some of you guys may have already know about that. Tech people, I should be able to go to your Instagram and without scrolling, meaning I land on your page, you got hundreds of pictures. There's normally about 9 pictures I can see, depending on what device you're looking on, that are in that top. Without me, I click on your profile, without me moving, I should be able to see about 9 pictures. Those top 9 pictures, that's what we call above the fold. Everything above the fold should tell me quickly, what do you do, where you're at, where can I find your product? And so we're going to talk about that in a little bit too, like how well you're working above the fold. I shouldn't have to go scrolling on your Instagram. Just like, well, dang, where's her address? What does he sell? You know, it should be very clear. So you muddy up this stuff whenever I know I'm a real estate agent and I got like my new nails that Shaquana did. You know, you kind of muddy up your voice and your niche. It's kind of confusing. You know, we're going to see some examples of that later. Yeah, speaking of, all right, so I wanted to show you guys, so we're talking about, we're still talking about being consistent, having a real clean voice. There's this guy, and I think me and Darius talked about this guy, Daniel G, the realtor. Anybody in here, real estate agents, y'all know Daniel G? This man right here is killing it, okay, on social media. Killing it. He consistently posts. Daniel posts probably every day. I'm sure he posts every day, but he's local to RDU. He's a real estate agent. His content is cutting edge. He's leading the local area for real estate agents. If you are a real estate agent, benchmark this man. Follow him because he is killing it. He's showing you exactly. Do you need to post every day? Probably not. I mean, but he is. His content is so banging. His videos are like well thought after. They always have a message. Like he's either trying to. I say this all the time. People follow pages that provide value.
Yes.
You know, I want to make sure y'all catch that. People follow pages. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. That's on X. People follow pages that provide a free value. Daniel provides that value because he's showing me how to get a HELOC. He's showing me how to get this home with no money down. That's no such thing. But I mean, you know, it takes money. But he'll do a video to be like, you want a house with no money down? Check this out. And now I'm going to stop because I ain't got no money. And he talking my language. So let me see what he got to say. 300,000 views. Now, by the time that he made it to the end of his video, of course, there ain't no way to get it with no money. He I know you might know some secrets. I'm not, that's not my niche. So let me step over here. I know I didn't buy my house with no money down. Look, but if you know a way, you need to be able to implement that through a reel to teach us that don't know that way. And when we come across your video, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the URL and I'm gonna send it to Justin. Guess what she gonna do? She gonna tag Narasha, DeQuasia, Lemonadria, like all of them.
Everybody.
She gonna, girl, we need a house. Ain't you tired of being in the project? Like that's what y'all gonna do. So you got to find a way to articulate that so you can start trending. And whenever I come across your content, if you're telling me those type of tips and trips, I'm gonna follow you. Because
become someone's resource.
Yep, become my resource. I cannot afford to not follow your brand. Yeah, I cannot. I got a question back here.
So, as someone who does marketing for people when I'm coaching, what I get is like, but it's already 100 people doing this. Like, so can you speak to?
Yes, sir. It's
Not
very.
me saying it, somebody else co-sign.
That's an
Oh.
easy answer.
Like, yeah,
They're not you.
exactly.
Come on now.
They're not you.
They're
They don't have
not
your
you.
audience. They don't have your look. They're not a carbon copy. Everybody is different. Everybody has a different audience. Everybody has a different way that they can articulate. I mean, we all go, well, hopefully we all go to church, but if anybody has ever been in church, we all walk away, we listen to the same sermon, we all take different things.
Right.
You got something,
Right.
I didn't get that. I didn't even hear that. I had I don't know what the scripture was, but I got this from it, you know? So it's just like, you have to tailor it for who you are and what you're trying to portray. You're trying to bless the people with knowledge, do it your way.
Yeah.
I may not get it if he says it, but if Victoria say, I got that, that means something to
Right.
me. I'm gonna follow you and share it with all my friends.
I think I want to use that example to her example. So Daniel, I love Daniel's group, his content. Daniel's telling me there's no way to get a house with no money down, but you found a way to do it. And even though there's hundreds of thousands of real estate agents, you have something that he don't. So now that's that value. I gotta go follow her page because she's telling me how to be 25 and own a house. She's telling me how to be a millennial. He's not talking. Maybe he's not talking to that 18 to 24. You know, maybe he's just after Gen X and people he think that's already in their careers. You may be like, I'm going to show first time home buyers. You know, you can always double down on your niche. You know, I can be a t-shirt company. But what if I'm a God brand t-shirt company? And then it's like, okay, what if I want to be a kids God brand t-shirt company? I mean, there's levels to your niche that really make you different, even though there's thousands of people doing what you do. Great question. Was that a question over here?
No,
Okay. Okay, use amen. See, come on now. See, we said we was not going to make this no church service, Jessica. Any questions before we move off of content? We're going to come back to content later. We're going to talk about different platforms you should be using, all that kind of awesome stuff. We're gonna get into that later too. I'm gonna show y'all some more like examples of what to do, like when you ride a gas, and we're gonna talk about all of that. All right, number 3, interact with your audience. Okay, so social media is where you have the closest contact with your customers on a regular basis. So right now, I'm gonna use Mr. Deshaun again as an example. Mr. Deshaun, what is your business, sir?
Actually, I have a podcast, and also I'm working on doing some branding with shirts.
Okay, so shirts. I'm gonna use your shirt business as an example. This is his opportunity. Social media is his opportunity to interact with his customers at any given time. It's the closest interaction because he don't have the phone number for Miss Brianna. You know, let's say now, if you're doing some real marketing, hopefully you've captured her email address, her phone number. If she's bought from you already, you have a database of all these customers that you've already serviced. So, but let's say you don't have her phone number, but you do have her following you. That is your opportunity to be able to connect with her. That's the cool thing about interacting with your audience. With social media, you're able to create opportunities for your followers to connect with your brand. So, meaning do stuff like creating a poll. Y'all ever fell into that trap? Like, oh, I gotta answer that one real quick. You don't even know what you just did. You just helped that creator out because that gave my content more engagement. So that now tells Instagram to show it to more people. So by polls, use them. They're there for a reason. These are ways to make your algorithm know, like, okay, this is good content. We need to show it to more people. Use polls. Do organize quizzes. Do live Q&As. You know, like right now, these are all like different things you can do as a real estate agent. I would go live. I do once a month or maybe once a week. I'd be like, questions with Roger. Hey guys, what's up? I'm live today. I know a way you can get a house, no money down. Title it that. No money down houses, Q&A. You know, there's things you can do to draw people in, draw your crowd in. With this, you can also create targeted campaigns that increase chances of your visitors visiting or biting the bullet. Whatever the CTA, the call to action is, that increases the chances. So by you interacting with your audience, that's why we talked earlier about the whole X example. If she creates a blanket X page and it is sitting there, and what if it starts getting a crowd? You want to interact with those people, and these are things you want to do. I want to show y'all something really quick. Anybody a Starbucks fan? Your pants remind me of Starbucks. I've seen that green. So Starbucks, we all agree Starbucks is great, right? I really don't. I don't care for Starbucks, but Bree loves Starbucks. Here's an example here.
It's convenient.
A big, massive company like Starbucks. Here's an example of them interacting with their audience. This man, Mr. John Sororly, he said, look, man, I went to the Starbucks at the Empire State Building, and these are real examples, y'all. I just went on social media, and I'm just showing you what I'm seeing. This man said, man, I went to the one at the Empire State Building, and they treated me like I was trying to steal something. That's his experience. No, he wrote it on their social media. Starbucks, big as they is, nobody ain't gonna never see Mr. John Combat. Starbucks said, hey, John, we're sorry for your experience. And they begin to engage with him right there on the spot. So you wanna treat social media as an extension of your customer service. Treat it as an extension of your customer service department. You know, it really is. Now, and look, Felicia, I know because it takes time. It takes time. Anybody ever go to a restaurant and you have a bad experience?
Yes.
Okay. You put it on Google, and it's like, dang, man. So the reason why you did that is because you want somebody to. Number one, you want to warn others, y'all. They got roaches when you walk in. You want to warn people, but then you want somebody probably to reach out to you to say, you know what, Miss Jessica, we sorry that a roach crawled across your foot. Y'all, look, that is not a real example, okay? Jessica, I don't know. We can talk offline. I do know some restaurants with roaches, though. We can talk offline. I do know.
Unfortunately.
That's the real question.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Getting a response from that local brand increases your trust. So whenever that roach crawled across her foot and she left that review and somebody reached out to Jessica and they said, we're so sorry, ma'am. We'd like to invite you back. And Jessica's like, well, I don't want to come back. I just want y'all to fix the problem. Well, what can we do to justify that? Just them acknowledging. We'll buy you some new shoes. What do you need?
I got a question.
Got a question.
In regards to reviews, right? So let's say for me, I am inside someone's bakery.
Right.
If that bakery gets a review, a bad review,
kind of sits
does
on
that
you.
come on me as well?
I believe there's a way you can actually have Treats by RV. You can have your own Google page with that bakery's address. Like you can join because commissaries do this all the time. Ghost kitchens do this all the time.
Yes.
You're a ghost kitchen concept pretty much. You're serving out of someone else's kitchen. So you can have the same address, different page. Because you don't want her reviews.
You actually want that for yourself, because then people can call you, they can go to your website, they can see just you and ask you any questions.
She can mark it. You can mark it.
You can market it on Google yourself.
Or yourself. So you definitely can do that. Good question.
But to this point, Starbucks, I feel like they responded because they know the power of social media.
Oh, yeah.
So powerful.
Which we all do.
Social media can probably shut the company down.
At least hurt some sales.
Yeah.
Hey Jessica, how are we looking? Okay, we're good.
I'm gonna let you get through your top 5.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to number 4 again, y'all. Number 4 is gonna be optimize your social media. So when we think about optimizing, social media has made it easy for me to find Treats by RV. It has made it easy for me to find you as a real estate agent. But it's your job to optimize your social media so that I can find you. Okay, so social media has it. Y'all just discovered earlier, all these people are up here on social media. They're searching things. You just now need to file yourself correctly so I can find you. Because this space is so massive, SMO, which is search, social media optimization, is very important. It's very important. I'm gonna show you in a minute a good example of SMO. Now, here's some things to do. Consider using hashtags. Anybody know what a hashtag is? Okay. Anybody don't know what a hashtag is? And it's okay if you don't. This, Pop don't know.
So, no, I know
You know.
this. I don't know how to make one.
Okay, how to make one. You don't want to make one at all. You do not want to make a hashtag because if you do, guess what? You're the only person using it. Do not make a hashtag. No, hashtags now, do not make a hashtag. So creating a hashtag, Treats by RV forever. You the only person using that.
You can have, if you're trying to keep your collection,
Yes.
you could
do it
one,
then.
but make sure you have the general one.
So, for instance, we got married. When we got married, we created a hashtag, Welcome Love Wedding, okay? That's so right now, when we, 5 years later, I can type in Welcome Love Wedding, and guess what? I'm going to see all my own stuff. Now, if Mr. Deshaun, he live in Cambodia, you know, he just used my hashtag. Now he going to file into my stuff. I'm like, yo, get out my stuff, bro. Like, but because he thought he was making a hashtag, though, so he just joined my hashtag. Like, get out my stuff. That's what hashtags do. Hashtag is a way right now. I have this content from Bree, and she's like, "Yo, can you file that on the internet?" I file it. It literally put it in its perfect place in the world of social media. That's all hashtagging is. It's
They're like little catalogs.
It's catalogs. It's catalogs. Now,
JCPenney catalogs. Anybody remember? Yeah, you going through there and you're like, ooh, look at these treats, all of them in one place.
hashtagging really does work, and I'm gonna show you guys an example in a second. But hashtags, the reason why a lot of times, okay, for those of us who have local businesses, we want to use local hashtags. You need a local hashtag strategy. So right now I live in Clayton. If I'm looking for a barber in Clayton, I'm probably gonna search Clayton Barber.
Yup.
Hashtag Clayton Barber on Instagram. And guess what, Justin? Your barbershop needs to be using Clayton Barber. And if it is using Clayton Barber, you just filed yourself right to be found by me. So this is the whole strategy on optimizing your social media. Hashtag strategy works, and I'm going to show y'all in a minute a Raleigh Food Trap post and how I'm going to show you analytics that shows you exactly how much traffic we got because we used hashtags. I'm going to show you in a second. Consider using hashtags. You can perform keyword searches that best suit your company and places your words. So by pasting your words in a bio. So there's your bio is keywords. Those are all keywords that are searchable. So in your bio, if you're a real estate agent, you better have real estate agent. Something need to be estate, Raleigh Realtor. That mess needs to be in them 4 lines, 5 lines copy on your Instagram and on your Facebook. Okay, we're only talking about those two. If you do CBD, it needs to say CBD somewhere in there, okay? Question.
The hashtags. So, you know how some hashtags will have like a million.
One's like food or makeup.
So is it, for a smaller business, is it better to go after the large number hashtags? Or like what would be the...
I would say no.
I think it's a mix. I think you can, because the thing is, you're a real estate agent. You don't know who's moving here. I could be in New York, and I'm like, realtor, and I'm like, hey, we live in New York. We just want to move somewhere. We don't know where we want to move.
So you just
but if you had that banging house, and I'm like, oh, that's the one. She posted it.
Discovered.
I'm going to discover you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to reach out to you and get some more information. So I think it's a mix of local and the general. I
agree. All right, you changed my mind because I was saying no, and the reason why I say no, like right now, let's say me and Darius just made this fire pizza. And I'm gonna use food because I do a lot of food. If I use the hashtag pizza, there's bazillion of million other people use pizza at the same time. Okay, we said that there's 3.05 billion people using Facebook. So think about how many of those people just use pizza at the same time I just did. So whenever me and Darius put our pizza up and we hashtag pizza, what happened was it filed and just failed that fast. It fell to the bottom because hashtags are chronological order. It's real time. It's the stuff that's happening right now in real time. I just got filed, and now you'll never see my stuff. It's just gone. But if I use Raleigh pizza, I'm gonna probably sit at the top of the hashtag until you use it. And then he used it. Now I'm just filing down. That's why I think it is a good idea to do a mixture of both.
Yeah, because also you have to trust the algorithm of the platform. Because it's like, yes, there's a million people using food, but if you've also used Raleigh or something like that, the platform knows where you are. So it may just file yours at the top in that Explorer. Yeah. So that's why it's kind of like a mix. I do it for the church, so it's just like, okay, it's church, but I don't know if you're in California, you're coming to visit your people in Raleigh. I'm going to use church, I'm going to use Raleigh Church, Chapel Hill, whatever it is. I'm going to use all of those things because I'm going to find you. Yep. It's just how.
Got theirs?
So, I don't know if y'all want to cover it, but a hashtag strategy that
yes, sir.
It's a little slow burn, but it works over time. Click on a hashtag that's local, and the companies that have used that hashtag start to comment on their pages, and so if it's a bakery, and you're commenting on other bakery stuff, and people are scrolling the comments. They're like, oh, it's a cheesecake place too. It's a bakery too. And they'll start to look at the people commenting, and so you'll show up. You'll start to get followers slowly but surely just through that.
That's good.
Going through the hashtags, like mostly, like I said, the local ones, and just commenting and engaging on other people's posts.
That's a good point. And we are going to show an example of that too.
Okay.
That's coming. When we come back, I'm going to show you all that. Lastly, I want y'all to see here. Please include. Now, this is your SMO, your social media optimization. Please include the same image.
Please.
You should be brand coherent, like across all platforms. So, if I'm a cheesecake treats by Arve, I got my cool logo on Instagram. Then on TikTok, it's a picture of me and Justin. And then on Snapchat, it's my dog. On Reddit, it's a cheesecake. Like, you all over the place. Like, just take that logo and put it on all of them. Because guess what? Me as a customer, whenever I see Starbucks on Instagram, it look like Starbucks on Facebook. It look like Starbucks on TikTok. It's all coherent. All right, so it's brand recognition. You want to that's part of your SMO, making it easy for people to find you. We talked about SERPs here. I did put that. SERPs is search engine response pages. So whenever you type in cheesecakes Raleigh, at the very top, there's people that paid to sit at the very top on Google. Very top. That page is a SERP. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that too, but that's optimizing your social media to be able to sit. Because now, if I type in Treats by Arve, guess what? Google not only pulls her website, it don't only pull editorials that she's a part of, it pulls her social media too. So that's another reason why you want to have that Twitter page with your business, because it's pulling from everything now. I wanted to show you guys an example. Y'all ever heard of Oatly? Okay. Did y'all know Oatly considers itself as a drink company, not a milk company? It's a drink company. Okay. Now Oatly, whenever we look at Oatly here on Twitter versus Oatly on Instagram, very brand coherent. Same thing. I can recognize it. It's the same message. They got a very similar feel, very similar look. Fonts are the same. That's what you want. Like, right? I can easily recognize Oatly on Twitter, and it's not like a different look. It's not me and Mr. Oatly and his wife over here, and then Oatly logo. It's all recognizable. Do you have something for us?
No.
Okay. All right, we're gonna keep moving because we got one more, and then we're gonna go eat. This here is gonna be our last tidbit. Okay. Very important one, because this comes back to you, Victoria. Victoria asked the question, and she said, how do I know that these tools is working? I'm posting 6 times on 6 different platforms a month. I'm gonna give you a month. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say a month. 6 times a month. I mean, I done spent 30 minutes. How do I know this man works? You want to monitor your analytics. Okay, analytics are very important. Analytics tells you pretty much what's working and what's not. It tells you what's working. Stay on top of your insights. It gives you an advantage on what's working and what's not. Keep in touch with ongoing trends. So there are ongoing trends. Right now, Instagram, recently, I don't know if y'all noticed, but this wasn't recently, probably about a year ago, Instagram started competing with TikTok. It was a big war. Instagram made it very known. They said, hey, we will no longer let a reel go viral that has the TikTok watermark moving. That little stupid TikTok watermark to be moving. If you post that stuff on Instagram, it ain't gonna go nowhere. Just not gonna go nowhere. You'll never see a video viral with that TikTok ticker, because it's promoting TikTok subliminally, and Instagram don't want that. So they have put that in their algorithm to track down those posts and to shadow ban them. So you open up like, dang, I only got 5 likes, but I got 2,000 followers. It's because you're not following the trends. So we have to be on top of our trends, things like that. I put a note here. These tools, so there are actual tools that help you, like schedule posts, track your analytics, perform SEO audits, things like that. These tools, some of them are free, some of them cost money. We're going to show you some of those tools when we come back from break.
But each platform does have their own analytics, including Twitter, X.
Yeah, right. So if I'm posting to Instagram, y'all ever seen down at the bottom where it'll say insights? It'll say like insights. Anybody ever click the insights button, or y'all just be like, man, I just posted, I'm not going no further? Okay. What do you see whenever you look? Like, what's some type of stuff when you click insights? What are some of the things that you can remember that it tells you?
How many seconds
how many seconds people watched it, how long somebody watched it, engage, how many comments, how many likes, if they watched it to the end. Any other things? Did anybody see stuff like who? Well, it won't show you who. Like
Oh, like the demographics.
demographics,
Age,
exactly.
yeah.
So you got 2% in Nigeria, 12% in America. It breaks that down. So that lets you know from geography standpoint, where your people are that's watching your content. Anybody ever dove even deeper in those insights to see Instagram will tell you actually when to post?
Oh yeah, like peak times.
Peak times.
Yeah.
Your algorithm is different per account. That's not a blanket.
With that, so Meta does that as well.
Mhm.
So it gives you like active times of your followers. Is it recommended to follow it? Because I personally do not. I'm probably why the business doesn't get a lot of likes.
She just answered her question.
My particular audience is normally active at like 8 or 9, but I'm at work at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So what do you recommend?
No,
with that?
good question. You definitely want to follow
That would be
algorithm.
yeah. And you can schedule.
You can schedule
that post.
And a lot of it makes sense. Like, why are you posting at 11 o'clock at night? Like, what are we doing at 11 o'clock at night?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, some people are scrolling. Now, there is a huge audience, and then you got to think. It might not be your target. That's why I was going. So, and you can't think about it like this. If I have a product that I can ship nationwide at 11 o'clock East Coast, that's what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know my math that good. That's earlier.
8.
It's 8 o'clock.
On the West Coast.
That's earlier in the day on the West Coast. So if you have like people that watch you on the West Coast, or if you followed your content in those hashtags, people on the West Coast can still engage with it. So it really is the algorithm tells you, and you can see those peak times. You'll normally, most accounts you see die off at about 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is kind of like whenever you're gonna kind of see most content kind of like sloop. I know for me personally, I think you said you scrolling at like 11 at night. Some people, I mean, I'm sitting there by myself. If you ain't home, shoot, I might be scrolling. You know, I have seen a few cases with social media influencers, and I'm always like, why are you posting so late? There's this one girl I follow. She would post about 11 o'clock at night, and
But you see her stuff every time.
I see her stuff. I wake up the next
So you are in her analytics for active users at 11 p.m. at night.
No. I don't even see it at 11. I see it the next day. It's like,
oh, yeah.
I still
see
see
what you're saying. There is another account that we follow, and they're
I'm just
posting on the 8 o'clock in the morning on the day they're on the way to, if there's a pop up or something. They're like, oh, we're popping up today at 8 o'clock, but I'm like, what if I didn't open my phone till 12? You should have posted that the day before and kind of think ahead.
Schedule.
You got to think about who your customers are, who is
Right.
your audience, what are they doing?
Right.
What are you doing? Do you have kids? You got to go get them at 3 o'clock? You're probably not on your phone at 3 o'clock, so don't post
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or think about the next day. What do they have to do this weekend? Moms are getting up early. They're going to wherever, to take their kids on a Saturday morning. Maybe they're going to the park. Okay, so think about what they're going to be doing at the park. Are they watching their kids or are they scrolling? They might be scrolling, so post it the day before.
Yeah.
Now,
Question?
I have made a post, hey, can't sleep, looking for houses. Click this link here.
Yeah.
Because I did it purposely.
I think that's right within vein.
That's
I mean,
good.
that's real time. I mean, I literally just can't. I was like, oh, she can't sleep either. Hey, girl, what's up?
She up right now? Let me ask her some questions.
You ever
while I
seen
have
people say,
quiet time.
who else is up? So those are posts that are meant to engage with your audience. You're trying to pull on them. You're like, hey, talk to me. And those posts are definitely fine. I think in that instance for you, we do want to go by what our algorithm suggests because it is different per account. But a lot of it makes sense. Whenever you look at that curve, how it goes up, it says 9 o'clock in the morning, it's here. 3 o'clock in the afternoon is here. 10 o'clock at night is here. That makes sense because people die off of those end times. We're going to sleep. So kind of follow them to the best of your ability.
But not only look at the times, look at the days.
Yes, there's another way too. Instagram, Meta, it'll tell you what days are your best days. So I'll tell you guys a rule of thumb, social media, period, across the board, has its biggest fall off during weekends. So weekend time is the biggest fall off. What are we doing on the weekends? We're spending time with family. We outside. We're posting, but we running. So I'm going to post and now I'm out. I'm not posting, scrolling, engaging. I'm going to post. I'm at this bar mitzvah or whatever, and I'm gonna post my picture. And no, I don't know. I'm gonna Google what that mess is later. But I'm at my bar mitzvah, I post, and then I go back to it. You know, but during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm actually engaging. I'm scrolling. I'm bored. I'm working. I'm trying to make the time go by faster. You know. We're gonna move on because we about to go eat and bless the food in a minute. It's already blessed. I heard it's blessed. So I wanted to show you guys because we talked about tools. We talked about okay. She said, "Hey, I want to be omnipresent. I want to be omnichannel, but I ain't got omni time." If you don't have omni time, this slide is for you, okay? If you want to adopt that omni-channel, this slide is for you. Sprout Social and Sendable are amazing, but you need to have some money, okay? This is not free. These platforms, Sprout Social is phenomenal. They have a platform. Sendable has a platform that you can monthly play for. And what you do is you take all 6, 7, 8, 9, Reddit, whatever platforms your business is trying to be moving on, you take and you will connect them to Sprout. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna log into your Sprout Social account, and there's all of them in one place. So now you can take the are you still up looking for a house? Take that one picture, you upload it to Sprout, and you say I want it to go here, 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 and here at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And now you go to bed, and it's gonna shoot it to all of them at the same time. Okay, so that's what Sendable is really good, but they're not cheap platforms. You do have that. Let's say if you bought on a budget and you're like, look, just start me off somewhere cheaper. I love Facebook's business suite. Anybody heard of business suite? Yeah. Good. Everybody in here, because you should have a Facebook business. You should have a business page, and so the business suite is gonna be it's a godsend, and it's free $99. It allows you to also plan. It's free $99. It's free $99.
Facebook and Instagram.
You can do Facebook, any Meta platform, which is Facebook and Instagram. It will allow you to plan.
Threads.
You can plan the threads.
It's asking if you want to do.
You can do threads. So and it's free. You literally are able to plan out your whole month and then sit back the whole month. You can do 30 days ahead.
They even give you ideas. They're like, hey,
yes,
this day is Mother's Day. Make
right.
a post.
It does, so you know. So yeah, it kind of for those of us who are having a hard time thinking of content, you can. It literally sprouts. It kind of gives you ideas when you look at the calendar. Another thing, your DM. So it actually pulls the Instagram DM, the Facebook DM into one place, so you can manage both DMs at one time. Okay. You can also, if you really don't, we got restaurants. So at one time we was running restaurants, about 22 different restaurants. Yeah. We was running their social medias and doing all that stuff. Some of the very restaurants y'all done seen us promote, we do their social media. So we at one time, I don't like doing this no more, but you can automate stuff. So like I say right now,
story posts.
Well, no, automate like responses. So let's say right now you reach out to Oak City Fish and Chips and you say, hey, where y'all located? We could automate it where it'll automatically shoot you the addresses. Mm-hmm. You could automate when people say, how do I contact your services? You can automate it where it automatically sends a website, you know. So you can automate certain responses all through this business suite. So it can be your assistant. They've got the AI part tied into it too now. Any questions on that? I think that might be the last slide. No questions on tools. We're gonna talk more about tools. We're gonna talk about creative tools in a little bit when we come back. We are halfway through this, y'all. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. But this next segment, we're gonna get really more live. We're gonna do some demonstrations. We're gonna go through some of y'all's accounts. We're gonna talk about some of y'all gonna pick up some new followers. So get ready. So that's the perk of volunteering. You're gonna get some new followers. Yeah. All right. I think that's it, Jessica. We're a good stopping point. This is really good.
Okay.
Yeah.